Good morning, everybody. We are here for a fantastic purpose, and that is to be able to honor the heroism, if you will, of Mr. Leo Johnson. And of course, we use the word hero a lot, but I think if you look up in the dictionary the word hero at this point, you'll see Mr. Johnson's picture next to the word. We have so many young people who look up to athletes and entertainers and others, but I think we have a genuine, true hero with us this morning. Mr. Johnson, by the way, happens to be a graduate of our DC public schools, Blue, right? And by the way, for those who don't know, we are getting ready to start the construction of a brand new Blue High School, which I think will be among the many fine high schools, perhaps one of the finest. When we finish, it'll be in 22 months. We'd certainly love to have you come back in July or August of 2014 to be a part of that dedication. I think you'd be a real inspiration for the young people who are students and will be students at Ballou High School. Mr. Johnson, I think as many of us know, had worked for the Family Research Council for years, and on Wednesday, August 15th, at about 11 o'clock on that morning, MPD officers responded to report some gunshots at the Family Research Council offices at 8th and G Streets, Northwest. A suspect had come into the offices and had begun to confront people. He confronted you, I think, Mr. Johnson, and we're all fortunate that it was you, frankly, who were the first person to encounter him. The suspect opened fire, struck you in the arm, as you well know, probably better than any of us. Even though he was wounded, he was able to continue the struggle and actually subdued the suspect and arrested, literally and figuratively, any further efforts to injure people. Mr. Johnson was taken to the hospital. He was treated, and we're happy he was okay today. I had the opportunity to visit him at Howard University Hospital. And for someone who had engaged in such a heroic act, it was just unbelievable how understated he was and how calm, I don't know how else to put it, he was in the course of all that. And so we've never had something called a Mayor's Medal of Honor here in the District of Columbia, even though we are a relatively new government, have established home rule in 1975, which would be now, 37 years ago. So we are establishing a Mayor's Medal of Honor. We've had awards given by previous mayors, but never one of those. So we're establishing that today, and what more fitting person to be able to be the first recipient of the Mayor's Medal of Honor than Mr. Leonardo Johnson. I think we all know a little bit about the man who did this, Floyd Porkins. It's my understanding he's due in court this week for a status hearing. And of course, that's a story, and it will continue to unfold in the days and weeks ahead. But again, this is a man who put his life on the line to save others, and there really is no way of knowing exactly how many other people may have been injured had he not engaged in this act of heroism. We have Chief Durham with us today, who is going to be a part of this award ceremony. And I'm going to ask him if he would come up first, and then we'll present the other award. Chief Durham.
Thank you, sir. To the family assembled here, to Mr. Johnson, welcome on behalf of Chief Lanier, the Metropolitan Police Department. She couldn't be here today. She had to handle a crime briefing this morning, but again, she says thank you. Valor. Valor is defined as the strength of the mind or spirit that enables a person to encounter dangers with firmness and personal bravery. On August 15th, Mr. Johnson, you displayed that act of valor. Mr. Johnson, he acted with valor that is so often bestowed upon members of the military or law enforcement or fire and EMS personnel. This is a citizen who displayed that act of valor. As the mayor alluded to, we can only imagine what would have happened that day if you had taken the appropriate actions that you did. That day, you not only exhibited attention to detail and bravery with your initial encounter with Mr. Floyd Lee Corkins, but also you were concerned about not only your safety, but those of the visitors and your co-workers to the Family Research Council. You could have fled the area, seek refuge for yourself, but you didn't do that, sir. Again, in a true sense, you are a hero, and we as the city and the Metropolitan Police Department are forever grateful for your courage, your valor, and unselfishness. Additionally, I would be remiss if I had not mentioned the actions of the two initial responding officers that day. Officers Timothy Holmes, who is now Sergeant Timothy Holmes, and Officer Walter Gilmore. Upon arrival on the scene that day, they observed two individuals, bloody clothes, and Mr. Johnson armed with a gun. Their quick thinking, their professionalism, and they resorted back to their training. It could have been an incident, in this case, a friendly fire. But no, they did what every officer should do. As with every radio run that officers receive, we don't know what we're going to encounter. But their due diligence, professionally resorting back to their training, helped us resolve this situation and identify that Mr. Johnson was a victim and not the offender to this crime. So again, Sergeant Holmes and Gilmore are worthy of this recognition also, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Sergeant Holmes?
Yes.
This is an achievement medal presented to Sergeant Timothy Holmes of the 7th District now for outstanding police service to the citizens of the District of Columbia and adherence to the highest standards of professional law enforcement, presented to you on this 22nd day of October 2012, Chief of Police Kathy Lanier. Mr. Johnson, please. Mr. Johnson, this is the Medal of Valor presented to Mr. Leonardo Johnson, Family Research Council, for the outstanding vigilance, bravery, and heroism you demonstrated in the shooting incident on August 15, 2012. This is presented on this 22nd day of October 2012 from Chief Kathy Lanier. And one more. This is the Chief of Police Special Award. And it says, presented to Mr. Leonardo R. Johnson, on behalf of a grateful city, we thank you. You have made your city, your community, and your family proud. In recognition of life-saving police work and heroic acts of bravery, Kathy L. Lanier, Chief of Police.
Now, on behalf of the 618,000 people who reside in the District of Columbia, and certainly our police officers who engage in heroism every day in the course of helping people remain safe here in the District of Columbia, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to present you the very first Mayor's Medal of Honor in the District of Columbia in 37 years. And I can't think of a more fitting occasion or a finer person to receive this first award. And I hope those who come after you will have demonstrated the same level of heroism and commitment and selfless act in which you engaged to save the lives of literally many on August 15, 2012. Mr. Leonardo Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor Gray, and everyone who's involved with receiving these great awards. I would like to thank my family for being here. Everything I am is because of who they are and who they raised me to be. So could you guys just give them a round of applause? I see some of my second family here from the Family Research Council. Thank you guys for being here, supporting me. It's meant so much to me in my recovery. Sergeant Holmes, congratulations. It's been so much talk of me being a hero. To me, in my eyes, you're a hero because things could have turned out a lot differently had you not shown up and did what you did, or not done what you could have done. So thank you for saving my life. I am doing a lot better now. Physically, mentally, I've always been pretty strong and pretty stable. Physically, I'm getting back to where I need to be. Hopefully, I can get back to work soon. Daytime TV is not what you want. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here, and thank you for your support. And again, this is a great honor, and just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me to be here, again, sharing this moment with both of my families, and hopefully, soon I'll get back to work and things will be back to normal, and there'll be no more cameras. But again, thank you, everybody. I'm very appreciative of this honor. Thank you.
I think a lot of people thought Mr. Johnson was part of the security force there, but I think he's the operations manager. Is that right, Mr. Johnson? And you just happened to be in the area when this moment occurred. So it wasn't even those who thought this was just a part of his routine job or part of what he would have been doing for 8 hours a day. I don't think that was the case. Is that right?
3 hours a day.
Yeah. So much of your day is worked in terms of making sure the building is well taken care of, well managed, I guess I should say. So again, it was fortuitous that you were in the area when this occurred. Fortuitous that you stepped up in the way you did. Frankly, fortuitous for a lot of people who may not ever know that you were there and perhaps saved them from harm and perhaps saved them in a life-saving act that you engaged in. So again, we appreciate it. You will be forever a hero here in the District of Columbia, and your family should be rightfully proud of you as you are of them. And I'm so glad they could join you today to be a part of us being able to say thank you in a fairly humble way by comparison to what you did, but in a humble way. And I know that Chief Lanier, Chief Durham, and the others of our police officers in the District of Columbia enormously appreciate what you did, and I know this entire city does so as well. So can we have another hand for Mr. Johnson? And I have to agree with you about daytime TV, having seen a little bit of it. It is the best motivation one can possibly have to go back to work. Thank you all very much.